Darren Rovell for Collect TV, here with Collect's Chief Content Officer, Kevin Jackson, who occasionally gets in the mix in a debate such as this. Kevin, we were looking at the Freddie Freeman ball, which sold for 1.56 million. The Ohtani ball, of course, sold for 4.39 million, and we're talking about the famous Grand Slam and the 50th home run ball. And a Babe Ruth bat last year sold for $1.85 million, and that is the highest bat ever. So the question is, the debate is, why do balls sell more than bats? Let me go first. I just think a ball is just so definitive, right? Like, it is this. And while a bat has a lot more life to it and has hit more balls, I think this is definitely like the one. There's some sort of like, I need the confirmation. And then the other thing is, which is a rule in the hobby, the bigger something is, the more you're going to crunch down the price of it because you need some long thing to display it in. And as cards rule, because you can carry it along with you the whole time. You go.
Well, I understand the argument, certainly about displayability, but I guess when it comes to being definitive, I would actually take the opposite case. A ball is going to look like every other ball. It's, as long as it's signed by Rob Manfred and
That
it's
is
from
true.
the
It does
Sarah.
not have personality. That
Yeah,
is true.
when you put it on the wall or you put it in a case, you put it on the shelf, you're going to have to immediately explain to people that that the ball is from that game. I mean, obviously, for these balls, you're going to have provenance and certificates of authenticity. But I would just argue, I'm a big bat person, and like I was telling you earlier, Darren, like I have a Jose Canseco bat from his 1986 rookie season, and I just look at this and I look at the personality on this. I've got his number on the end. I've got his name here. I've got, look at the wear of this. This bat is almost 40 years old, and we've got tape and pine tar and use. And if I
Let
go
me
through
just
MLB
say that
Authentics,
there's so much personality and worth
yes,
because it's a defunct brand. And so it's amazing, yes, the Conseco, but the worth there is something that kids who are being nostalgic adults today look at that and they say, yes, that was an age-old brand.
yeah, and I got another one I was going to show you. This is an Alvin Davis bat from this is like from '83 or '84. But if you look at this, you can see it still has. I hope this showed up. It still has marks on it where the ball, where various balls have hit it. And I as a kid would look at this thing and I'd be like, gosh, I wonder if that's a double he hit. I wonder if that's a
See, and
if
I think
out.
maybe that's some of the problem, right? It's
Yeah.
like I would love to see the stats of a bat, and Major League Baseball authenticated, is not taking these bats out of play. But I would love to see, wouldn't it be cool if you could somehow electronically or otherwise log what is part of the life of a bat? And to me, that would make, I know that's crazy, but I think that would make it more, that would resonate more.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. I'd love to see how many hits are in that bat, how many foul balls, what have you. I assume they're probably using bats less now than they were on some of these bats I just brought up from the 80s. But, I think, look, I'm not arguing that the Freeman ball isn't a great piece, or certainly the Ohtani 50-50 ball. But I think if you put in front of me, here's the bat he used, here's the jersey he wore, and here's the ball, I am more drawn to either the jersey or the bat. Now, I also realize like there's something to be said of the ball itself being a victory, right? Like it goes into the crowd, and as we saw in Miami, you may have to fight for it or get lucky and come away with it. So I think that's probably a little bit of the appeal of the balls. But you know, I'll also like Freddie Freeman. He touched the ball with his bat, but he held the bat to hit the ball. So I very much would I'd rather get my hands on his bat rather than the ball.
Okay, you've convinced me to buy a bat tonight on eBay, my first bat. Although I'm not sure that takes a whole lot to convince me to buy anything.
I will say, as somebody who has run out of wall space, you can probably tell from my home office here, the ability to display bats versus a ball is definitely a consideration. And same thing for a jersey. They take up a ton of space. a ball is much more easily mobile, much more transportable as a brag piece. So I get that appeal of a ball.
As a collector who never gives up on anything, I would suggest a Kingdom used Seattle Mariners bat rack to put the 15 bats in, and there you've solved your problem.
Well, if anybody out there has one of those, just hit us on the Collect socials. I would be happy to be in the market for that.
For Kevin Jackson, I'm Darren Rovell. Thanks for joining us in this debate that I feel like now I'm going to lose because I'm going to buy something.